Hi guys, Ace here.
Hey, this is Yash, head speaker of A7s. Today we are glad to invite Team Abyss to A7s. They have been working on a next gen game, making use of numerous resources developed by their team. I would like to present the floor to them now. They will take you through their development journey and provide tips on game management and production. Thank you.
Hello, y'all. Hopefully, you're having a good day. My name's Yasuke, and I am the creator slash owner slash game producer for Abyss. And the main reason I'm here today was to answer a couple of questions related to Abyss. And before we go any further, I just want to say thank you to Arnav and his team for making this into a possibility. With that being said, me and my team will be answering like a lot of questions today, and I hope y'all are staying safe. So let's get on with it, boys. So, what is Abyss? Well, Abyss is an open world third person action game that's been in the works for like over a year, and my development team has been pouring their heart and soul onto this game. And it's mainly due to the fact that we are trying to perfect this game as much as we could. So, the second question is what makes Abyss unique from other similar games like Jailbreak and Mad City? So basically, we aren't trying to be Jailbreak or Mad City. We are trying to be a game that actually provides players a place where they can have the utmost fun and have a good time. Basically, I mean, Mad City and Jailbreak does the same thing. No offense, I love that game, but it sort of feels repetitive for me. What we are trying to do here is to make an experience that isn't repetitive. What is our goal with Abyss? Well, the development team behind Abyss plans to give the player the utmost immersive experience that we can basically deliver, such as the gameplay elements and much more. Basically, we want players that play on low-end devices and on very bad mobiles to have full immersion on our game. You see, one of the main reasons we started to make such games was like to give the you know low-end people that have very terrible PC that couldn't handle games like GTA V to have a good chance to like play this game, because others will run on even a fridge. I mean, that was a bit of exaggeration, but what I'm trying to say is that others will run on mobile PC as well as other platforms. But for the beta release, we plan Abyss on being mobile and PC, although in the future we'll release it on consoles and VR, because we know those players will have a great time playing Abyss once that's available to their platform. But what I'm trying to say is that with Abyss we plan to make an accessible game which can be played by everyone. When will Abyss be released to the public? You see, I honestly believe good games can only be made with good amount of time, and a rushed game is always a terrible product. So what we're trying to do here is to make a game that's really polished by taking as much time as we need. But right now, Abyss will come soon because we are in the final stages of development, and you could expect the game coming out in like this month or next month or like a couple of months. We take that much, but what we want here honestly is our players having the greatest time of their life with this experience, and we are going to try whatever we can to give such experience. Will Abyss be the next front page game? Well, we don't really know. I mean, we are trying to make a game that's enjoyable by everyone, irrespective of their age and race. We are trying to make an experience that will be loved by everyone, depending upon our team. And honestly, we would rather be, number one in people's heart than, being on the front page, because we believe that being loved is the best feeling in the world. And I and my developers are forever grateful to the community, because this interview would have not happened if we didn't have our community, and we love our community, and we made it this far due to them. And that's one of the main reasons why I want Abyss to be the most loved game on the platform. What do you think about your community? Well, honestly, I love my community and it's one of the best ones to be honest. Abyss, as always, y'all. And the Abyss community is one of the reasons that pushes us to try our best every single day. We release, sneak peeks, yada yada, because of our community. Without your support, we wouldn't be here for like. If you need a new sneak peek and such, just show us your support and we'll give them because like we are really close on hitting 1k followers on Twitter as well as on the Discord server. And once we hit that, we will be doing play testing sessions that will benefit a lot of players so they could see what type of gameplay we have to offer and much more. Once who came up with the name of the game? Well, I did, to be honest. I mean, I thought Abyss was a cool name and people will definitely love it, and so far they love the name as well as the logo that Blade did for real. So I just love that logo. Good work, Blady. You actually outdone yourself, and that's one of the reasons like Abyss is still recognized because of the great logo Blade did. What made me develop for Abyss? Well, honestly, I just wanted to make an impact on the world with this project, as I strongly believe that this project could help a lot of people who are going through a hard time, find a bit of happiness. I mean, that was the main reason I'm doing this. It was never the money or fame that I was after. The one thing that I was really after was winning people's heart. That moment when you see someone play your game, make a smile, make a joke, have a great time, that's when it really feels to be a game developer. And we plan on delivering the best open world experience our team has to offer through Abyss, and we would never be here if it weren't for the talented development team. I, as the owner of Abyss, is forever grateful for Blade, our good CEO, and our talented programmers, the Far and Head TB. I love y'all, and our modeler, Roblox, you are doing well, brother, and our good UI artist, Mohsen, as well as our builders, Mogul, Hash, and the rest of the team. We wouldn't be here without y'all, and I definitely love you. Tips on game management and production. Well, I consider myself to be a okay game manager, and here I have like 5 tips that I'll be giving to every aspiring developers. The first being always use Trello. I mean, I can't stress this enough. Please use Trello. It's super efficient and will save you and your team a lot of time. The second tip I want to give is that always talk to your team and make sure you get everyone's opinion and thoughts. This isn't a one-man show. This is a place where everyone put their creative input. So make sure you do that, alright? And my third tip is that don't forget the key for like giving the best experience for the people is teamwork. And the more trust you put in your team, the more rewards you will reap. You need to learn to trust your teammates. And the fourth tip is that make sure you keep a small daily reminder about your work list and make sure you get them done. Alright, now this is the most important tip I have to say. Alright folks, make sure you're really listening this together, because like I want to be crystal clear here. Treat your development team as your family, because these people trust you and you have to trust them as well. Okay, there were times where things were so low for me that I had to like back down, and the main reason I made it this far is because of my team. I wouldn't be here without these folks, and I truly love every single developer for Abyss, and they encourage me to be a better person as well as to bring out such beautiful experiences on Roblox. And these small things can really affect your game product and management values. With that being said, folks, I hope my little pep talk with you will end, because like Blade will be taking over, expressing his concerns and views regarding Abyss. And I just want to say thank you for Roblox and Arnav for making this into a possibility. Love y'all. Stay safe.
Hey guys, welcome to the event. I'm Blade. I'm the co-owner of Abyss and slash investor slash game. I don't know, like I give the ideas and stuff. I also invest on Abyss and go on the game, manage stuff like that. So yeah, welcome to the event again. In this part of the event, I'm gonna answer a few of the most questions asked on Abyss. Um, yeah, so before we get into that, I'm gonna basically give a small introduction to Abyss. I know Josuke has already given that, but I just wanna, give a second one. Yeah, so Abyss is a third-person action shooter, whatever. You can do anything in the game actually, even if it's not like the point of the game. For example, like if the game is not for roleplay, you could still roleplay in the game. We're gonna add as much stuff as we can so that you can do as much in the game as we can. Like, just like you can go in Abyss and do anything. We want to have that feel. So yeah, so for the first question, what's the play elements of Abyss that will make the game stand out from its competitor? So yeah, there are common misconceptions like as said, we're inspired by Jailbreak or Mad City or something, but we're actually not inspired by any of them. I mean, some of the I guess we can call them our competitor because in our game's style and all is like related to them. So yeah, the stuff that will make us stand out from them, it'll mostly be our game mechanisms, our card chases. It's really good. And our phone UI, everything's shown on the Abyss Twitter account at Play Abyss. We've done a lot of things. The car, the vehicle, movement, everything on the game is really good. No offense to Jailbreak or Mad City or Prison Life or whatever. In my opinion, I'm pretty sure our car driving is more fun than any of the competitors. And our gun system is really good. The gun aiming, crosshair, everything is perfect. Everything is really good. And yeah, everything is going really well so far for Abyss before our release. And yeah, the stuff like that. Mostly I don't know if I've already spoken about it, but the phone UI, it's really good. It has lots of features, not only just as like a thing to not only as a phone to just be there, just to make the game feel like it's a lot more stuff in there than it like actually is. But for us, the phone is actually one of the main UIs that you need to play the game. You're gonna need the phone UI and all that stuff in the game. The UI is perfect. Everything so far looks sick. It's made by our UI designer Mostin, and we really appreciate his work to Abyss. And yeah, the loading UI, it's really good. We've already shown the mock-up of the loading UI on Twitter. That's like the mock-up, which has the frames will be slower. The stuff will be slower on the mock-up. When the real one, we're gonna have the scenes more shown. The frames will be better. Everything will be better. And we're gonna make another thing on this game is we are mainly focusing on how the game manages on most devices, low-end devices, every single device. For me myself, I have not really a good PC or laptop since I started developing on my school laptop. Not really my school laptop, but the laptop my dad got me from my school. that's how I started developing, and I couldn't do much. I mean, most of the time it crashed, the studio crashed. Anything I did used to crash like within 5-6 minutes. Roblox, like I had to always put the graphics in the lowest. So yeah, that was one problem for me starting out. So we're gonna make this game as much as we can working for lower end devices. If you have an Android phone or like a small laptop, a low end laptop like some small RAM, graphics card, whatever, you'll be able to play Abyss on at least average settings. We're gonna try and do our best on that, and so far it's looking great. So yeah, it's a lot for the first question. Sorry if it's taking a long time. I'm trying to tell as much as I can. So for the second question is, what are your contributions towards Abyss? So, like I said, my main contribution is probably in the investing. I also made the Abyss logo. I make most of the edits and stuff for the Abyss leaks. I invest for the game. I give ideas. I manage some people. I hire people. I do all that stuff. So for the third question, how do you think Abyss will benefit the community? So for Abyss, we're really trying to show all the new features on Abyss. On Roblox, on Abyss. So like for example, voice chat, we're gonna make that really. We're gonna try to make that really like important in the game. I mean, not important, but like if you have voice chat, it'll be like really good experience for you. We're gonna try and implement most of the stuff, 3D clothing, all that stuff. I really like that stuff. Props to Roblox for all the new updates to Roblox. Most of the good ones. Most of them are good ones. And yeah. Most games are repetitive, simulators, tycoons, obbies, roleplay, but they're all basically the same in the game. Gameplay wise, it's fully repetitive. We're gonna try and make it fully a new experience. For example, every time you go on Abyss, you have something new to do, something more to do, and something like you can do with your friends anytime without thinking much. You can just go on the game and have fun without any plan on it. So yeah, for the fourth question, it is Abyss truly worth the wait, and has it as it has been development for over an entire year? Yes, in my perspective, yes, but I could be biased. But yeah, I think Abyss is truly worth the wait. We're really trying to make perfection before a release, because most games release with bugs. The game isn't that good. They just update eventually and make it better. We're gonna try and make it good in the first release, and then make it better than how it already is. And yeah, it's been in development for over an entire year. There have been some devs who left the team, joined the team. We've had our ups and downs. The map right now looks really good. The gameplay, everything looks really good so far. We're planning to release really soon. First we will release in beta. We'll first release in testing. After testing, we would probably do beta or the other way around. And beta release would be paid, and then after that, we would release fully on Roblox, and that time we will have our trailer uploaded, and I'm really excited for the trailer. It's made by it's being made by a very known animator on the platform. He's made top hits, front page games, trailers for star creators, movies, star clips, stuff like that. And he's very well known animator, and his stuff is amazing. We can't wait to release that when it's done. We're gonna do that right before release. And yeah, fifth question. will Abyss become a front page game upon release? And that would be nice, but I don't think that's possible upon release, because I don't think any game could just go like that. Like Doors, for example. For example, Doors. Sorry, the audio cut. But yeah, Doors, for example. Yeah, they released in perfect timing and stuff, and they went front page and release. But I don't think it's possible that much. I guess it's really rare for it to happen. So I think on first release, we would like at least 1,000 players on the first day. That would be really great, but I don't think that's even possible too. But front page would be really nice. If I'm saying front page, I would say it would take around a month or two to become front page, because by then we would do a lot of updates and all that stuff. And I think that's when it would go front page. But if it goes front page earlier, that would be perfect for us. So yeah, sixth question. How will Abyss change the Roblox landscape? Like I said before, Abyss has a lot of features that Roblox recently added. We're gonna try and implement most of them. Most, if not all of them. We're trying to do a lot of stuff on Abyss that most games haven't done before, and that we know of. No games that we know have done before. So yeah, I think it will change the Roblox landscape. We're gonna try and make some really good updates that's gonna make most games change their standards, make it higher. We're gonna try and do that for Abyss. So yeah, seventh question. Also, I'm kind of speeding this right now because it's already above 10 minutes, and I'm pretty sure Josuke doesn't want it that long. So yeah. So seventh question: tips on investing on games. First of all, I'd say if the game isn't owned by you, you need to make sure that when you're investing for a game, you get at least the second highest percentage of the income, because or else it won't be that useful, because you're kind of investing you're the back end of the game, providing for the whole game and stuff. Investing wise, I guess for me, most of the money I have are from commissions. I used to do a lot of commissions on art, icons, Game Pass icons, badges, logos. I used to do all types of graphic stuff. And I can say, I don't want to sound egoistic, but I guess I was one of the biggest graphic designers on Twitter, on the RTC. So yeah, that really helped a lot getting money. So I guess I'm giving you tips on how to invest right. So first of all, if you don't have money, if you don't have a job, if you don't have anything like that, you do commissions, you try and get on the UGC platform, you do all that stuff, try all ways of making money. I tried a lot of stuff. At first I was a builder, then modeler. None of them worked out. I tried to be a programmer, I couldn't do that. And then I went to graphic design, and really helped me out. So yeah, I guess try all types of sales on Roblox, make some money, and then after that try and find on the dev forum or somewhere, for example, I don't know, Discord servers like Hidden Devs, Raw Devs. You can go to any of them. You can find at least a few people looking for investors, DM them, ask for a percentage, all that stuff. And investing wise, make sure you sign a contract with them, because it's happened to me sometimes before where I got scammed completely, and I haven't really talked about it online, but this is how it is. I don't want to make drama and stuff, so yeah. Those are my tips for investing. So eighth question: explain the game development process behind Abyss. So Abyss, we have a total of 14 developers. We have a few builders, modelers, music design slash audio designers, terrain artists, programmers, animators, all sorts of stuff we have on our game dev team. And the game development process behind Abyss is mainly on a platform called Trello. We use it for updates on how much we progress, stuff like that. For the programmers, we use GitHub and Rojo, which are really preferred by our programmers, and they really like using them. Those are some of the stuff that we use in the game development process. Other than that, our UI designer uses Illustrator, I think, and then everyone else mainly uses Roblox Studio or Blender. And then after that, game development process-wise, we have the devs only server, and on that we always keep tab on how much we've progressed, how much work we've done. We have a channel for list. It shows a list of works that Josuke and me, we update it as it's done, and that's really easy for the developers to find. They just go on the server, they can find what they have left to do, they do it, update us on it, and then we fix that on the list. It's just an on and on process. We just keep doing that. So yeah, for the 9th question, how did you end up joining Abyss? What made you work for Abyss is the next question, so I'll just make both of them together as one question. So yeah, I guess 6-7 months ago, I'm not sure how long ago it was, I joined in. I really liked the game. I thought it had lots of potential. That time I was like really doing graphic design, and they already had a logo back then. But then I offered Josuke, I'm like, can I make a free logo for y'all? I just want to be part of the project because I feel like it's gonna do really good. And then he's like, yeah, sure. It's free, so why not? And then I said, alright. It took me like, I think 6-7 days, I'm not sure. And then I made the logo, sent it to him. He loved it, and he was like really going crazy on it. I posted it on Twitter, and that was one of my most liked logos on Twitter. I guess people really liked it. Everyone ended up saying it was my best logo, all that stuff. And yeah, sorry for the cut, but yeah, that made me really want to work for Abyss. I really liked how it was going, so I started paying for stuff. I started investing. I bought the poster. I bought a few things, commissioned people, and after that, I ended up just wanting to do more for Abyss. And later on, me and Josuke mutually agreed on giving me co-ownership of the game and the studio. So yeah, that's how I became in Abyss. So what made me want to work for Abyss? Basically, I really wanted to make a game like this for a long time, and this was just the perfect chance for me because I got into the game, the people know me now, and I'm already like in a good financial situation for it. So yeah, I ended up doing it. Everything went well so far, and I can't wait for release. Sorry for any mic problems that happened today in my part. But yeah, I can't wait for release again. Hope y'all like the game. Hope Roblox likes our game. Hope to winning some awards sometime in the future. And anything would be nice. A game hitting the front page. Anything would be perfect. I just want everything the work. I just want all the hard work put into the game going for good. So yeah, next comes Malago. I don't know how to pronounce his name. But yeah, see him next. Peace out.
I'm the lead builder for Abyss, and I'm tasked with bringing the vision for the game's map into reality by working together with my team, of course. But a lot of my time working on Abyss is spent creating assets, optimizing the map, and placement of said assets to make everything fit in like a puzzle. The end goal is to create a world that feels alive, an immersive world. and one that is fun to explore for the players. The game world is planned to have 5 cities across it, which all of them the player will be able to explore and visit upon the game's final release. And the map is created in a way to allow the players to have fun with it, to be able to explore it, to be able to immerse themselves in it. As for my favorite builds in Abyss, there's so many. It's hard to choose one. There's the incredible port, then the calm, serene suburbs next to the ocean, the industrial area, and the center of the city with the spectacular skyscrapers. There's just an amazing amount of really beautiful builds in this map. When Yoska originally approached me to hire me for Abyss, I was almost immediately fascinated by the project. The ideas and concept for the game is what got me on board. Abyss just sounded like something I'd enjoy and love working on with some amazing talented people. My favorite thing in Abyss is probably the gameplay. The game's going to be a sort of simple version of a life simulation game. The player will be able to interact with the game in many different ways, allowing for a lot of options and fun to be had. You will be able to participate in heists, you will be able to use some money you earn from whatever means in the game world to purchase apartments or to partake in purchasing vehicles, racing, what have you. There's going to be a fair amount of activities to participate in around the world. People will be able to see more sneak peeks of the map soon and the game as a whole very, very soon. We are constantly working on updates. We're constantly improving the map. We're constantly optimizing the map. We're adding things. We are building. We are making sure that if we do show something, it's going to be good. It's going to be amazing. We want everything that we do show to actually show people that this is going to be something amazing and fun. Honestly, I would say that the Abyss map is one of the most aesthetically pleasing maps that exists on Roblox right now. There's a lot of talented individuals working on creating this map. Advice I would give to aspiring Roblox developers is that you shouldn't be afraid to experiment and try new things. Like, sure, if you try something new, you will probably fail, but failure is just the first part of success. It's part of the learning process. It will always pay off in the end to get out of your comfort zone and experiment, to try new things, to take risks, and to never give up. If this is your passion, if this is your dreams, then you should pursue it. I do believe once the game is fully released and players have a chance to experience the game, play it, they're going to have fun. They're going to enjoy their time within Abyss. There is so much potential for fun, so many options, so much freedom, that I do honestly believe that the Roblox community is going to love this game once it's released. Honestly, this game exists because great games like Jailbreak and Mad City show that there is a place for such games on Roblox, and the community loves them. So I'd say this game, whilst being different and unique in its own way, it does share some similarities with Jailbreak, Mad City, and the like. So if you like Mad City, if you like Jailbreak, if you like games like that, rough life simulation games, then you're probably going to enjoy this game whilst still being its own game and different from the others. It does very much fit in the same family of games as the great games that I've mentioned so far. So yeah, be sure to check out Abyss once it releases, because if you love those games, you'll probably love this one as well.
Who am I? Hey, my online nickname is Head, while my real name is Hugo. I'm a programmer, but I'm also capable of more stuff such as UI design. I've been programming for 4+ years, mainly with Roblox Luo, though I have experience off platform too. I've used programming languages like Python, JavaScript, TypeScript, C Sharp, etc. What made you work for Abyss? I decided to join the team because I noticed it had great potential. I got hired by the owner, who is also one of my old friends. One day he came to me and went, are you available as a programmer for Abyss? We need a second programmer as of now. That was back in January. We went back and forth for a while, but if it's not already obvious, he got me on the team. What are your contributions towards Abyss? I've been doing the backend programming mostly. Backend as in data management, heist, and more. Pretty much the core of the game, which makes it work as it should. My main contribution to Abyss has to be the NPC system. NPCs serve the purpose of making the environment feel alive and crowded. The NPCs will react to things happening, such as a heist starting, a weapon pointing towards them, etc. For you nerdy people who want to know how the movement itself works, the NPCs will begin by choosing a random node in the building. Then it'll use Roblox's pathfinding service to compute a path towards it, and after that it'll obviously just use the waypoints generated to walk to the goal. Will Abyss be a game changer on Roblox? Perhaps. Abyss has been in the works for almost a year. It's been a truly wonderful experience working with the team on this project. Abyss may be a game changer depending on the community and their liking. We're still in the works even after a year of constant development, as we want to deliver as good of an experience as possible. There are other games on Roblox that provide the same cops and robbers experience. In my opinion, we are different as we focus on giving players an immersive experience they simply cannot forget. Our game is focused on more than just robbing and arresting people. It's about also traveling the world, exploring, having fun, and yeah. Is Abyss a GTA 5 inspired game? Yeah, it is. Multiple features in Abyss are from GTA 5, such as the weapon wheel. We aren't solely inspired by GTA 5. We tend to be creative and unique in our elements. A game is a mix of systems, and having the systems which encourage player activity is the key for any game. Keep in mind that you will not feel any disconnection playing Abyss. We've done our best for the game to be compatible with low-end devices, just like high-end ones. We may have taken inspiration from GTA 5, as our community loves the game and would love to see similar systems used in the game, which is why we took some of the aspects and produced something fresh and unique for the community.
What inspired you to be a modder of Abyss? Back when I was 10 years old, about 4 years ago, I was the usual kid who dreamed about being rich with a Roblox game when I came across a game called Jailbreak, which was a very well-known and popular Roblox game at the time when I was 10. I had a dream of working on a game like GTA 5, which inspired and motivated me to learn more about game production and its various aspects. When I first started exploring about, I came across scripting. I attempted to work on scripting, but it did not go as expected. I discovered that I wasn't the best scripter you could find. It was really complicated. After months of working with tutorials, I discovered that I could not even create a simple tool, let alone a sword, without watching a tutorial. So I finally decided to dismiss the idea of learning more about scripting and resumed my normal life as an ordinary 11-year-old kid. The pandemic then struck in 2020, when I was 13 years old, and I realized I had a childhood dream of working on a game like GTA 5, which I had somehow forgotten about due to my busy life. After realizing I had a goal, I began looking for ways to learn at least one game development skill during the pandemic, and I discovered that I was the best fit individual for 3D modeling because I enjoyed creative work and building things. I did I did not get any commissions when I first started 3D modeling since I was a novice, charging a lot more than the actual values of my models. Now that I look back at it as a senior 3D modeler with 1.5 years of experience. Then one wonderful day, I was approached by Josuke, the game's owner, to whom I am grateful for allowing me to work on this fantastic opportunity. So, when he approached me, he asked me if I wanted to make 3D models for his game, Abyss, in exchange for a percentage of the game's profits. I asked him what the game was about, and he answered, "It's like GTA 5 but in Roblox." And I was absolutely stunned by the opportunity I was provided. My childhood ambition of working on a Roblox game similar to GTA 5 was finally coming true. I accepted the offer and began working on the game right away, feeling quite excited and motivated. And here I am, a year later, speaking on this presentation. What is your future aim as a modeler for Abyss? My future aim as a 3D modeler for Abyss is to create detailed and immersive models for Abyss and also expanding into building in Roblox Studio. I aim to make interiors for buildings and improve my 3D modeling skills even further and look for more opportunities to make improvements to this game and overall make Abyss a more detailed and immersive game than ever before. Hello everyone, this is HeroBlocks, the leader of the 3D modeling department of Abyss, where we make the most high quality models you have ever seen. Our modeling department has worked especially hard to make the best models for our game as possible, which would not be possible without Daiji and NTH, who have contributed a lot towards making vehicle models for our game, Jello and Vernus, who have contributed in making weaponry for our game, and NATO and me, HeroBlocks, who have worked on models for interiors, tools, and other essential models needed in our game. We have focused on high quality models which are also at the same time optimized for lower end devices so the game is accessible to all. What's the modeling style of Abyss? Abyss's modeling style is the medium to high poly. We primarily concentrate on details in models that require a lot of detail, such as cars, weaponry, and tools. However, the emphasis on Abyss's 3D modeling style is actually dependent on where the model is going to be placed for optimization reasons. Suppose in this nuclear plant where we had these barrels of nuclear fuel to be stolen, which were intended to be in massive quantities, the modeling style was often toned down to low poly styles in order to assure optimization for low-end devices. However, when it comes to items that people look for a lot of details in, such as vehicles, weaponry, and tools, we surely do tone up the 3D modeling approach to medium to high poly if required.
Hello, I'm Mohsen. I'm a 15 years old UI UX designer, and I've been a UI designer for 2 years now. And I mostly design modern themed UIs, but I'm experienced with medieval and cartoony UIs as well. I like my positions and duties, and I learn a lot of knowledge through being in professional teams, especially with the Abyss and Atlas creative team. For now, I'm working on Abyss, and I think I spent over 3 months on this project, and it's my pleasure to work with this team. To be honest, I enjoy each second of it, and I wish all the best for Abyss future. As a UI UX designer for this project, I tried my best to be on time and be organized with my work list. I promise to make sure that Abyss UI is attractive so the players of the experience enjoy playing around with them. I hope I can work on this experience in future, but as if now, I'm so grateful for the time I had with this professional team. It's my favorite team that I ever worked in, and I'm super excited for our lovely community to see the UIs I've been working on. I have a lot of plans for the Abyss UI. It happened to be starting from the start of my work 3 months ago. Some of the UIs that were being designed were too complicated and time consuming for the scripters. The scripts, so I had to make simple versions of the UI since we didn't have a lot of time until the game release, and Abyss had a lot more frames to design, so a lot of features that from those complicated UIs were removed in the newer versions. Me and the owner of the Abyss were thinking about it, and we came up with a plan, and the plan contains updates or a single update, just revamping the UI and adding more features to the UIs that were in the experience. For example, I can say a lot of features that gonna be added to the phone UI in the future. We showed players in our last post that we have widgets, but for the release, we're not gonna have a big feature called widget settings. With this option, players would be allowed to add custom widgets. If they are bored of the current ones, they will be able to change them, as well as the other UI that I can mention, the partner app that will be in the game but not in the launch of the game. This app will be sponsoring communities that are around us and are working with us. This app is one of the most complicated and well-designed apps that I ever did, and it's based off a real app, so you could expect a really good environment. I'm just gonna say that there are a lot of things that are going to be added in the phone UI for the game. I have a lot of plans for other than the ones I said. Uh, there are more cool features that are going to be added in the phone UI. So make sure to stay tuned for it. Yeah, for sure. The UIs I designed for Abyss are all worth mentioning. They are some of the UIs that I was proud of, especially the phone UI. That was my first experience of doing something like that. I never thought I ever going to be designing a phone UI for a game. And when I saw that I need to do this in Abyss, I was so excited for it. And I'm so proud of it. The end result, I'm so proud of it. I loved it because I think it came out better than ever I thought, even though it got a whole new revamp that I loved. Everything changed from the old phone GI in the redesign. In my last post, you guys can see that there are a lot of things that are changed and improved on it. And another UI that was my first time of doing and really worth mentioning is the loading screen UI. It was my first experience of doing a loading screen. It was really fun to make, and I'm so proud of it. I'm so excited to see everyone's opinion about it because personally I loved it in the term of it being my first loading screen UI that I ever designed. And the last UI I really liked and I think worth mentioning is the main menu UI. It is a really attractive UI that makes players want to click on them and enjoy clicking on it. The reason I'm so proud of it is that we were going for a whole different design, but I changed it with a really new and creative design that I come up with, and I think people would really enjoy even looking at it because you can work with it without even looking at the text. The design itself shows the players what to do and what to click. To be honest, I take this time and thanks our GFX designer Andrex. He helped me a lot in this UI with these GFX. So you guys can expect a lot of GFX in the main menu UI. I had a lot of reasons for it, but firstly, they are team members. I love each of them. I enjoy working with them, especially with some big developers like Blade, that is my favorite vector designer of all time. This made me realize that Abyss team is an experienced and professional team, so that was my first reason to make sure to work with them. Secondly, how welcoming they were when I was applying for this job was absolutely awesome, and I enjoyed how kind they were and showed me that their team is going to be really good in future works and plans. And for the last and my third reason for joining the Abyss team was that I saw a really good potential in this experience. The experience idea and how it was going was really great. I saw the future of this experience, and for me, it was so clear that it was going to be a really successful feature. So it made me feel a bit relaxed about everything, like the game future and other stuff. As a UI designer, when I joined this team, I had one dream, and it was to make sure UIs that are being designed are revolutionary, and the UIs that we have are better than the competitor ones. As we all know, UI designing experiences are getting better and more important each day since it's one of the main things for experience. And I had to be better than everyone to make something revolutionary for an experience like Abyss. I can promise that if everything goes right on the scripting and animating side, I expect some of our UIs to be a revolution in Roblox experiences GI's history, especially the phone UI. That is my favorite UI in Abyss with this new redesign. The reason for me saying that the phone UI is going to be a revolutionary UI is that this UI is highly based on a real life iPhone, especially with the apps. All of them are designed in the way that looks and functions like real apps. For example, the contact and partner app that are some of the high detail apps. They contain a lot of frames, new features, lot of functions that you never saw in Roblox UI history. Within it having a lot of features, it's gonna be a lot more features that gonna be added in the updates, like the colorblind mode, streamer mode, or other stuff that are going to be useful. But these features are going to be not going to be in the launch, but I can promise our community something, is that they surely gonna enjoy the apps and the phone UI without it having those features, because without the uh, phone UI has a lot of features that are never seen. I can say some of the other UIs that are revolutionary, but most of them got delayed and pushed back for feature updates and changed with the simple versions of them. But other than the phone UI, that is going to be a big revolution in UIs, we're gonna have other UIs like the main menu, that is so different than the other main menus in Roblox, and that makes it stand out more than the other ones that we see in Roblox experiences. And I think with it being special and creative in its own way, it's going to be revolutionary. And in the end, I just wanna say I'm so proud of myself and Abyss that gave me a chance to make something that is going to be insane and revolutionary in Roblox history. And I think and hope everything goes right in my job. So with the updates that we are going to have for the UIs, we make more and more revolutionary changes that players enjoy. For sure, it will be a lot more leaks since the Abyss release is soon. We have planned for leaks about the main menu, phone UI, loading screen, and other stuff. Some of them are planned and some of them are being planned by the team. We are working on their presentation and how they're gonna look in leaks. but I can promise our community that the leaks are going to be in the way that are enjoyable for our community, especially for the new phone UI leaks. I'm working on some prototypes for some of the apps so people can see some of their frames within their function. I don't promise anything, but we're gonna have a leak this week or the next week that is prototype and functioning. But I don't want anyone to get it wrong. It's prototype, not scripted, because the scripted version is being worked on and will be not ready until the next week. It's gonna take more time to be scripted, so we're gonna show the prototype version to our community first. That's all for the phone UI. We're gonna have two leaks. One of them is prototype and the other one is just animate. So now it's time to talk about the loading screen leak. It's going to be worked on and it will be leaked as an animated teaser that will be released soon. The little thing about it is that it's going to be a part of the loading screen UI that will be teased. There are a lot more to it that you guys will see once the game is fully scripted. And finally, about the main menu, the leaks for it are being planned, but surely it's gonna be released soon after the loading screen leak. We're gonna have plans to leak the scripted version of this UI to our community. Overall, I'm so proud of it. I learned and experienced a lot of things in the way of designing them, and I absolutely enjoyed every second of working on them. There were a lot of nights that I stayed up until 3 or 4 a.m. to get everything done. I'm just so excited for our community that gonna see the UIs in future. I'm sure they gonna love playing around with it and looking at it because I put a lot of effort and work on this project and I love it. It's a really good feeling when you do something and in the end you see that you are proud of it and you love the way it looks. Even though, as I said, there are going to be updates for the UIs changing the look of the most frames that I'm so excited for. My point was to make something really different and revolutionary in Roblox, and I think I kind of got to the point I wanted, and I'm so proud of myself getting to this point. I wanted to thank Abyss and their team for letting me show my potential in Roblox UI design.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Composer underscore Jeff, and I work for Abyss. I make their music and I make their music and their sound effects from time to time. First question: what is your role in Abyss? Music and sound effects person. Second, how many soundtracks did you make for Abyss? I made at least 3. There might be more, but I made mainly just those 3. What is your plans? Where's your future plans as a developer for this? Really just being there and just seeing how the game grows and seeing how everything is. This is the best group of people I've ever worked with, and I want to see how the game does. Number 4, what is your favorite soundtrack in Abyss? The second one. It has to be the second one. I really just put everything into that one. I wanted to make sure that it was just perfect. Number 5, what inspired you to make those amazing soundtracks? What inspired me really was getting the project done and seeing how I do really. I wanted to learn more about music and how I'm doing it. So, just do what I did most and just made the music. Do you plan to make any more soundtrack for this? Yes, I do. Very much so. Sooner or later, I'll probably make like a little radio station with just like some random music that I make from time to time and just see how it all does. I really just want to see how everything goes and see how like the game does. I really love just genuinely just making music and seeing how people react to my music, and I'm not really sure like, hey, is this really like a good piece of music I can do, or I can do better, but putting my stuff in the channel and everybody saying they love it, so it just makes me really happy that I just finally found myself a project and a group of people who are there, who are very responsive, and who are very communications upon of work and how I make my music and what they actually specifically need, and just maybe making music for them and just having fun doing that.
Thank you so much for attending today's event. It means a lot to us.
Don't forget to check your inbox for a feedback form by Roblox for this event. We will see you soon.
Adios.
Adios.